Good morning, class. Today is a great day, and I hope we will be going to have a great discussion as well. So, to formally start our class, may I ask Hilsam Igloria to lead us into a prayer.
Online study ng mga project namin. So, dahil natin na bigyan natin sila ng motivation once na nakapag-spend kayo sila ng oras.
Good morning again, class. Thank you for that, Hilsam, for that prayerful prayer. So today we will tackle another topic, but before that, let's dig into our last topic. What's our last topic? Anyone? Kung nakadumdum pa, unsa to ang last topic last time? Yes. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Plamos, how about you, Hilsam? Can you expand your learning about our lesson yesterday if you have? Kidding, yes, please. Share your thoughts. Thank you for that. I am happy, class, that you have really paid attention sa atuang discussion and you even learned sa atuang discussion kagahapon. Thank you so much. This time we will open a new topic. So brace yourself and listen carefully because this topic is very interesting as well. And daghan ta matunandari and new skill will be unlocked. Wait, let me present my PPT for a while. Wait for a while. Okay, class, is my presentation visible na? Okay. So before digging into our topic for today, for the baking tools and baking methods, let us read our focus question for today. So now, may I call in na lang Hilsam Igloria for reading our focus question for today. Okay, can you answer our focus question for today right now? No. Okay, I understand. But before anything else, let me present to you our activity for today, the web shopping. I think everyone is familiar for this. So go online and search for the tools and equipment that you have to use in baking your favorite pastry recipe. So before going online, first you should think for a pastry recipe. For example, in my case, my favorite pastry recipe is a cookies. So I love to eat cookies, and I have experienced baking it, and now I am learning to, having the mastery in baking it para pro-type baker na. So go online and search for the tools and equipment that you have to use in baking your favorite pastry recipe. I will give you 10 minutes, and after that time, go back to our class and we will start our discussion, our run through for our topic baking tools and baking methods. So, time starts now. So, as I have observed, class in our Google Classroom, 5 of you have already submitted our activity for today, which is the web shopping, and class, I am waiting for the rest. So, to start our discussion for today, we shall define all what is baking. So, in simpler thought, baking is to cook by dry heat, especially in an oven. And I think everyone is very familiar what is an oven. So, oven is used for baking. And baking is to cook by dry heat. So, baking tools and utensils. For us to appreciate the essence of baking, let us now dig into what it is inside. What have this topic inside? So let's dig. Baking tools that are correct in size and shape should be used since baking requires precision and exact measurement of ingredients. As this sentence says class, the word precision and exact. So it means that in baking we have to be precise and exact in measuring our ingredients for us to get the ideal measurement of all the ingredients for us to have a successful baking. So let's dig in more to what are the tools and utensils that we have to use in our baking process. So first we have the spiral whisk. Spiral whisk is used for beating egg whites and for stirring sauces. Next is the electric hand mixer. Electric hand mixer is used for creaming, beating egg whites, mixing cake, butters, and icing. So what are the differences between this electric hand mixer and in this spiral whisk in terms of beating egg whites? So in spiral whisk, you have to use this manually. So you have to use your bare hands and create a circular motion for you to literally beat the egg whites. While in electric hand mixer, you have also to use your bare hands, but you don't have to do the circular motion because this electric hand mixer, from the word electric, so it works with electricity. So it is not used manually. So it is more convenient than the spiral whisk. So next is the pastry cutters. So pastry cutters eventually come up with this will help you express your creative style, your creative side of you as a person and as a baker. As you can see in the picture, there are different shapes, sizes, which is the heart, the flower, circle, and the stars. So this part, you have to be more creative in your baking process. Next is the rolling pin. Rolling pin is used for shaping and flattering doughs. The rolling pin is rolled from the center to the edge and repeated several times until the desired shape is obtained. So rolling pin is more familiar to us since it is used more in the television. It is present. So next is the pastry blender. Pastry blender is a tool with a wooden handle and rounded steel blades used to cut in shortening or solid fat into flour to obtain flaky texture of pies and pastries. But in the picture, it is not a wooden handle. It is a stainless steel type of a pastry blender. But the usage of this is all the same. It is used to cut in shortening. So, for example, the butter, if you are if you are subject to mix the butter into the flour, or you have to cut it, or what do you call this in our dialect, kanang dugmuko na nimo ang flour, you are going to use the pastry blender. Next is the cooking rack. For the cooking rack is for cooling cakes until ready for icings and frostings. So, if you already baked your pastries, your cookies, in order for you to cool it, kung kinahanglan na nimo siya pabugnawon, you have to use this cooking rack para imuha siyang patungan. Next is the baking tins and pans. I think everyone in this class is very familiar na sa baking tins. So, may be made of aluminum, stainless, copper, or heat-resistant like Pyrex glass. They are in varied shapes. As you can see, there are in a shape of square, round, loaf, muffin, and rectangle. So, this is used to where we cook our dough or our chiffon. What do you call that in cake? The chiffon cake. So, this is the type of tins or pans that we are about to use when we are about also to bake our doughs. Next is a spatula. Spatula, as you can see, it is very thin, wide. So, it is about 10.2 to 12.7 centimeter long and 2.5 centimeter wide. It resembles a knife with a flexible metal blade. It is used in spreading frostings and icings in cakes. So, the usage is through the spreading process of your icings or your frostings in your cakes. Next is the sifter or the sieve. As you can see, sifter in our dialect, the salaan of the flour. So, sifter is used for sifting flour or other ingredients before measuring. It is a stainless mesh or screen. So, pero it doesn't mean na sifter comes only with stainless. Sifter comes also with plastic types. Next is the measuring cups. We have two pictures here, the stainless measuring cups and this glass measuring cups. So, what are the differences between these two? So, in our left side, this measuring cups, this stainless type, are used for measuring the dry ingredients. In the right side, this measuring cups in the glass or in this Pyrex type is used for measuring the liquid ingredients. So, for accurate measurement of ingredients, it is usually a set of individual cups graduated in fractions of 3/4, 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. Liquid ingredients are usually measured using liquid measuring cup, which is in the right side, and made of transparent glasses or plastic cups, while like what I have said, in the left side is used for measuring the dry ingredients like flour, like sugar, what else, the white and a brown sugar. Next is the measuring spoons. Come in sets of individual spoons measuring 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon. In baking, you have to use this for you to come up with a very ideal pastry para dili magka sangit-sangit imo ang pag-measure. You have to use these measuring spoons. Next is the mixing bowl. Mixing bowl. So mixing bowl are available in different sizes. Bowls for easy mixing should be large enough. They are usually made of metal, glass, or ceramics. So in baking, the ideal type of mixing bowl is like this in the picture. Dapat you have to use the large bowl for you to mix all the ingredients, like the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients. Next is the pastry brush. Pastry brush has soft bristles, dough with milk or egg, and for greasing pans. So this is used for spreading milk or egg, or for greasing pans, like you have to grease the butter into the pan. Next is the utility tongs. These are gadgets for holding baked goods and other foods. So if you are about to get your baked cookies, you have to use this utility tongs. Next is the wooden spoon. Wooden spoon is for mixing batters. They come in different weights, sizes, and shapes. Next up is the baking methods. So this is our last part of our topic, the baking methods. As we will tackle baking methods, we will be going to unlock new skills of the different methods in baking. Like, we don't have to lock ourselves in the merely skills of baking, but we have also the chance or the privilege to know more about the different methods in baking. So brace yourselves as we tackle these different methods. So the appearance and character of the final products are affected by mixing specified ingredients. Mixing methods that have been developed for efficiency and convenience are as follows. So first is the sifting. As you can see, they have used a sifter in this process, in this method. So sifting separates coarse particles by passing through a sieve or a sifter. In the process, air is incorporated. So the essence of this, or the importance of this method, is to incorporate air in the flour. And in our dialect, salaon nimo ang flour para mahimo siyang pino for you to process na into making it into dough, dili na siya gahi. Next step is the creaming. Is the rubbing of one or two ingredients against a bowl with the help of a wooden spoon or electric mixer. The cream mixture should have smooth and grainy particles. So the final product of this method is dapat smooth and grainy particles ang iyang final product. So the essence of this is to mix all together the ingredients, which is to make a cream, from the word creaming. So next is the cutting. Cutting is mixing fat and flour with the use of pastry blender or two knives in a scissors-like manner. This method cuts fat into small pieces. It is usually used for pastries and biscuits. So in this method, the pastry blender, which we have discussed earlier, and the pastry cutter will be used. So It is used for, or it is, this method is used for, combining the, or cutting the fat or the butter into the mixture. Next is the folding. Folding is working with two ingredients very gently to retain air in the mix. It can be done with beaten egg whites. It is usually done by hand, an electric mixer, or a rubber scraper. So you have a choices. Either you have to use the manual using the hands, or the electric mixer, or a rubber scraper. So this method is subject to combine the two ingredients very gently to retain air in the mix. So you are about to make a fluffy, or what do you call this, the foamy type of mixture. Next is the combination of the cutting and folding. So involved cutting vertically into the mixer with a rubber scraper or spoon, and turning over and over by gliding the spoon across the bottom of the mixing bowl at each turn. So next is the beating. Beating incorporates air into the mixture by mechanical agitation. It can be done with a fork, whip, egg beater, or electric mixer. But usually, when we beat, we use fork. Most ingredients now we apply this method is when we beat egg white. So next is the kneading. Kneading is to manipulate by pressure, alternating with folding and stretching. So this method applies usually in kneading the dough. Next is the whipping. Whipping is to beat eggs and cream to fill them air and make them thick and fluffy. So whipping, usually when you are about to make your icing and frosting, you have to undergo this method, which is the whipping. I will send a link of a video for you to really study or know more about this method. So that's all. That's the last, the whipping. I hope everyone have learned about the baking tools and the baking methods. So for your assignment, I will post in our Google Classroom for your assignment to be passed in Thursday. So please keep in touch sa atong Google Classroom, because I will be posting a new activity, and I will be posting also announcement for your assessment or your performance task. So I hope everyone has a great time sa atong discussion. And to formally close our class, may I call in Plamos to lead us into our closing prayer.